YouTube, how's it going? So we're gonna smoke this Principis, Principis. This is that 40-year-old cigar. This is one of them. I've had it right around the truck with me for a couple of days. It was pretty soft when we got them, so this feels a little bit better. So we're gonna smoke it. The cellophane not real yellow for being 40 years old, so I'm not certain how these were stored. But it's a very thin cellophane. Like really thin compared to what we're used to filling. So that's the cello. Not very yellow for a 40-year-old stick. I have some that are a year and a half old that have a much darker yellow cello. So these came with no guarantees of smokability, freshness, this or that. They made sure they covered theirself, um, which it's understandable, right? So we're gonna. Whoops, did it wrong. Did it backwards. Well, probably shouldn't have V cut this because it's a deep V cut, and these aren't rolled like they are these days with a deep cap. I should have straight cut it. Good thing I don't really go off a dry draw because that does not taste good. That did not taste very good. I don't know what it tastes like. Hmm. And they called these a Cigarillo Lancero. It's like smoking nothing. There's a slight, there's a slight light breadiness. A little bit of a tobacco flavor, not much. Well, it's like smoking just warm, slightly flavored air. Um, if this had any flavors of anything, coffee, peppers, or anything, it's gone. Yeah, there's a slight light breadiness, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing on the retro. I can barely even feel the smoke coming out of my nose. the ash so far. So there's one of our answers that, well, we don't know. This could have tasted like this 40 years ago, 1985. I have no idea. But if it had any sort of anything in it, it's gone. It's been aged out. Well, I'm getting a little bit more of a tobacco flavor as it's warming up. But pretty much there's nothing to it. Yeah. Oh, look at it. It's got some toothy ash going on. I don't know if you guys can see that. See little toothy dots? Can't really see it in the wrapper though. And I have no idea what the makeup of this cigar is. None at all. There's a little bit more of a tobacco flavor coming out, but it's very, very minute. Very, very smooth smoke though. Very smooth, silky, soft smoke. It's really like smoking nothing almost. I don't know. If this had anything in it, it's been aged out. That's all I could say. So I'll smoke on this for a few more minutes. I mean, this is not going to be a very long video. It's not a very long smoke. I'll smoke it down, and if anything changes, I'll come back. If not, I'll come back for my final close out of the video. But um, I, the construction is good on it still for 40. Oh, there we go. For 40 years old, 1985. Yeah, a light breadiness and a little bit of a tobacco flavor. Other than that, I'm not really getting anything. I'm literally, I can't even feel the retro. Anyway, all right. We'll be back if anything changes. Okay, there's an update. We're still only this far, probably a halfway mark. You do a big retro like that, pretty much the whole draw, and you get a little bit of a black pepper spice. Very minute though. And I mean, you gotta take a big draw and retro the whole thing to even feel it. But on that breadiness, it's actually more like a cookie, like a brown cookie. There's a slight sweetness that's come out in it. So it took about halfway to wake this thing up. And it's actually got a little bit of flavor coming out in it. A little bit of spice in the retro, a little bit of sweetness coming out. That breadiness turned to more like cookie. And the tobacco flavor is a little bit more pronounced, but not much. If it was like this from light up, it'd actually not be too bad. But that first half was like smoking nothing. It was just warm air with a slight tobacco and breadiness flavor. Yeah, you do a big retro like that at the halfway mark, and you start getting a little bit of spice in there. And then that finish, though, cookie, tobacco, with a touch of sweetness. Not bad. I think it just really had to warm up to bring any flavors out that was still left in this tobacco that has not aged out. I would like to know how it was aged. Um, got these from Luxury Cigar. They didn't guarantee anything. Freshness, taste, smokability. They pretty much called them a collector's item. Didn't really give you much other information unless I missed it. Maybe I didn't scroll down and read enough on it. Um, but I mean, what's the odds you ever get to smoke a 40-year-old cigar? For me, not very often. Some people maybe. Uh, Maybe people that are really into Cubans have some 40-year-old Cubans that they're being able to smoke. I don't know anything else about this. I know it's not a Cuban. This is the new world, considered a new world. Only because you can get a luxury cigar. If it was Cuban, you would not be able to. So therefore, that I do know it's not Cuban. But a 40-year-old cigar from 1985, not bad. Not bad. Turned out the beginning was like smoking air, and it actually is turning out to have a little bit of something to it. Not a lot, not a lot, but there's a little bit of something to it. So at least the whole thing wasn't like smoking air. I know I'm just kind of rambling because I mean, what else do I say about this? It's oh yeah, look at that. You know it had some oils in it back in the day because look at the back of the van. It's stained. Can you guys see that? Stained yellow. See, I'm getting the same thing right now. I'm hitting it kind of hard to kind of keep it warm because I think that's what's bringing out any flavor that was left in this. Not hot, but it's warm, and I think that's what's allowed any flavor to come out that's left. So, anyway, we'll be back. All right. So I went on the website, and this is what it said. I didn't unearthed from a private cache of expertly oh exceptionally well preserved cigars. This 5 pack of La Aurora Principes, Principes, Principes. How I don't know how you say it. Represents one of the rarest smoking opportunities available today. Estimated to have been rolled between 1983 and 1990. These cigars are approaching 4 decades of natural age, making them a time capsule of Dominican tobacco. There we go. So there we go. That's why there's really no strength to it, even 40 years later, because it's Dominican. But Fresh Dominican has a little bit of strength to it. This is pretty well aged out. It's not just a smoke, it's a conversation piece. Whether you light one up or preserve them in your collection, these vintage cigars are a nod to a bygone era of craftsmanship. Please note, these cigars are sold as is without any freshness or construction guarantee. Due to their age, you may experience fragile wrappers or irregular burns. Actually, this has been burning good. These are collectible vintage cigars and should be purchased with that understanding in mind. So, there we go. So there was a little something to it. I guess I just didn't scroll down far enough and read it. But this little bit of flavor that is still in it that's come out, um, is not bad. I bet this was not a bad smoke 40 years ago. So usually when they say private cash, that probably means somebody died and the family sold off their collection. Yeah. Anyway, we got the old dubber out. We're gonna smoke this all the way down. Very rare you get to smoke this old of tobacco. But it's been a very low temp and low humidity for that cello to be not very yellow. Which the lower the temp and the lower humidity, it really slows the aging process. So whoever had them in their collection must have had a humidor that was very low in both. Yeah, you do a big retro towards the middle and the end, you get a little bit of spice in it. And it still has that cookie flavor with a touch of sweetness and a nice little tobacco flavor. Other than that, we're gonna end it here. I'll puff it down. I'll enjoy the last little piece, last little bit of this, and just my thoughts. So thanks for tuning in and smoking this 40-year-old cigar with me. As always, try different sticks, and always keep it smoky, my friends.